You've made it to a timeline where anything is possible, and doubt is just confirmation that it's already done. How exciting. Oof, had to get outside for a minute. It's just so freaking lovely. And yeah, I had to let you know, this is for, the people that feel the shift, feel that they're really on a new timeline. They might be confused because it's not for everyone. It's like probably like 1% of people. OMG. So don't let, the lack of numbers validating you, fool you, because actually the doubt is evidence that it's already done. Exciting. Okay, if this is your first time seeing me, hi, my name is Sheba, and oh my gosh, okay, we don't love being outside because of the mosquitoes, but this is my channel, See Like Sheba, and so yeah, give me a like, a comment, and subscribe before we get into this, and ooh, okay, let's get this done. Oh, these hoes. All right, so I was listening to a subliminal that was about how doubt is just confirmation. Like you're free to doubt, but it has no effect on your manifestations. They're already here. I was thinking about how so earlier this year, well, at the end of 2024, I wanted to I didn't want to pay my student loans anymore. They were about to be restarted, and I was like, I'm done doing it. And so in January, I applied, and I said, like, I think I'm done. My loan should be forgiven. I applied for loan forgiveness, and part of me was afraid. Part of me doubted that it would be, because I just know everything's all made up, and this old timeline that most people are still on is one where the rules are made up, but mostly only men, mostly only white men, mostly only old white rich men can make these rules and can benefit from these rules. And all of us, we're just kind of trapped in the rules, but we're not, babe. So now I know that even though I was doubting, I was like, ugh, no, I'll probably have to start repaying these loans at least for a couple of months, and that's going to suck. So I just doubt it could work. And you know what happened? In January of 2025, they said my loans had been forgiven back in May of 2024. So even though I was doubting, it had already happened. My doubt was just confirming that it already happened. When in 2019, I was, dating on Tinder. I was swiping left and right and trying to, get into the world of dating. And I was like, I doubt that there's anyone who's as amazing as me. I just doubt it. I just can't believe that there's anyone who's as amazing as me, who's going to be, kind and generous and successful and sexy. I just don't know if it's possible. I doubt it. And look who comes across my Tinder screen. My now husband, Billy. And, like, on this new timeline that you have all shifted to, if you're still with me, this timeline, anything is possible. So the old rules of, like, no one's ever going to accept you for who you are, or you're going to have to settle, no one is going to be all the things that you want, or, you're never going to be able to get out of student loan debt. You're never going to be able to own a home. You're never going to be able to stand up to your parents. You're never going to be able to live whatever dream. All false, my darlings, all false. Anything is possible on this timeline. So if you're on this timeline, anything is possible. And so, like, that doesn't mean you should worry when doubt shows up. In fact, start looking at doubt as an evidence that your manifestations are activated now. You started doubting? Oh, great. That means the fulfillment of your manifestations is right around the corner. Sorry, in Baltimore we have these, they waste a lot of money on these helicopters that go and don't do shit, but like make them look like a show of force. We call them ghetto birds. But anyway, So yeah, don't worry if that doubt comes up. The doubt is actually activating your manifestations. So even though I doubted I would ever be able to own a home, or own a home that I really loved, that was really me, didn't matter. It had already happened. It was sitting here waiting for me on the market for like a month. And actually, with my own home, I loved it. This was actually the first home that I put an offer in when I bought it a couple of years ago. And when I put the offer in, I got outbid. Someone else bought the house, actually, that I'm in right now. And I was really sad. And I was like, oh, damn it, I'm never going to find it. And I had to go look at a bunch of other houses. But nothing was like, you know, this house. And I was just like, damn, I just doubt I'm going to find anything better than this. And it made me really sad. And then you know what happened? 2 months after someone else bought the house, their financing fell through. And so I saw the house was still on Zillow. And I talked to my realtor and they were like, oh yeah, apparently the buyer's financing fell through. So they're taking backup offers. So they took my offer. So even though I doubted that I could have this specific dream home, it didn't matter. It was already mine. In fact, the purpose of those people buying the house first was they paid for like the inspection and they knocked the price down $10,000. And because, you know, the person who was selling the home thought they had made a sale, but then the sale fell through, their only stipulation was that like I had to buy it like quick. I had to do a quick closing. So I had to get it in a month, which was perfect because I had already been wanting this home specifically for months. And so I was like, great, it's mine now. So the doubt doesn't matter. Anything is possible. Anything is possible on this timeline. Yeah, I got a message from my mom yesterday. She had heard that me and Billy, like I had quit my quit my fancy government lawyer job at Social Security. And so my mom was like scared. She was like, oh gosh, I'm concerned. I hope you guys, you know, got health insurance. I hope you guys have savings, you know. Like, girl, babe. You know what's powerful though? Now that I know that doubt is just confirming my manifestations, great. Getting that doubt from someone else just showed me that like my manifestations are right around the corner. I love it. It's perfect. This old timeline that we've shifted from, it wants you to be afraid that you don't have enough, and you're always acting in fear. You're always like, you're just kind of certain that right now you're not safe enough. You haven't put enough money away. You haven't built a strong enough foundation. You haven't gotten the right support from whoever. You know, you don't have enough examples of other people succeeding. So you're supposed to be afraid. But that's the old timeline, my loves. Now we're on this new one. And on this one, yeah, anything is possible. And so, like, I knew it's possible on this timeline for me to be paid to exist. We're used to living in coming from families, living in a world where they say, nah, you have to work hard. And even though you work really hard all of your life, you still never have enough to retire. You still never have enough to buy a home. You still never have enough to feel safe. But that's the old timeline, my loves. On this timeline, we know that the more we choose ourselves, the more money we make. We know that our old matrix jobs were blocking our blessings. Anything's possible on this. On this timeline, we know that Palestine is already free. Israel is thought of as a failed state already. Everyone who was previously super proud to be Israeli is going to be so ashamed of it. They're going to be hiding any connection, scrubbing the internet, trying to, of any affiliation with what we now understand to be a horrific terrorist state. It's like, you know, what was I was thinking about, during the Nazi Holocaust in Europe, there was like an article that came out several years into the Holocaust, and it was like, Hitler's army is doing so great. You know, their victory is inevitable. It's about to win. They've done so much great stuff. The next day, Hitler kills himself. So on this timeline, anything is possible. And so anyone who has you thinking that the West, Trump, the Israelis, Netanyahu, white people, men, they always win. They're always going to win. It sucks, but there's nothing we can do about it. You're on the wrong timeline, babe, because on this one, anything is possible. And if you doubt that something is possible, that just confirms that it's already happened. It's already done. So it's kind of perfect when I see people so doubtful of the imminence of Palestinian liberation. Anyone who's doubtful that, like, you know, it's not going to be all it's cracked up to be, it's going to be bad. No, it won't. And you've just confirmed it for me. Those are the rules on this new timeline. The rules are just different, babe. Anything is possible. And doubt is evidence that it's already done. Even though I doubted I wasn't gonna, my student loans would never be forgiven, it had already been done. Months before I even applied for forgiveness. Easy. I doubted that I would ever find an amazing person like Billy. And 2 years after meeting him, we were married. And it's been like the most amazing 5 years since then. Anything is possible, my darlings, all right? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so don't let that doubt scare you. Instead, look at the doubt as just like, oof, that's the confirmation. Doubt is a natural part of the process of manifestation. And you can actually start seeing it as, you know, it's like the final marker before you've hit the finish line. I know there's probably a word for that, but it's escaping me right now. But so when that doubt springs up, whether it be from you or from other people, external sources, don't believe it, babe. We, on this timeline, this new timeline we've shifted to where anything is possible, we walk by faith and not by sight. And so it doesn't have to make sense to other people. It doesn't even have to make sense to you, my loves. You just have to know the truth. The doubt is confirmation that it's already happened. So yeah, when the doubt of other people comes up, you can know that isn't even yours, babe. It's not even real. It's like kind of the universe asking you to confirm whether you're still like, you still want this this manifestation, right? And if you're like, if you kind of give into the doubt and you're like, yeah, you're right, no, it couldn't, like the universe might just be like, okay, never mind. I thought you believed it. I thought you knew anything was possible on this timeline. But yeah, on this new timeline, literally, like, you can doubt and it doesn't even have an effect on your manifestation. It has no negative effect on your manifestation. You've already done the work. Literally, we are now just waiting for the 3D to catch up. And I think it's really helpful to just believe it before you see it. Okay, let me see. Oh, now I can see what everyone says. Okay, hello, hi. Oh, you love my hair? Thank you. Yeah, it's so cute. Ooh, Billy says, brilliant. It's like doubt is a word, a concept. Yep, a symbol. And we call it that growing up, but actually doubt is an inner knowing that you're doing something you really want, something that is already yours. Absolutely. God damn it. I'm so lucky that I married this brilliant man who just totally gets it. Oh, and he's going to be so helpful, I think, in helping the men folk understand and evolve and really step into their power. Because, yeah, they struggle to see past this beautiful, cute, sexy facade for me. So, but anyway, yes, doubt is your inner knowing. And you have to remember, you've been conditioned, you've been programmed for decades to interpret doubt as like the truth. When the doubt comes up, you've been told like, oh, you're doubting it because it's not, you're on the wrong path. You want to give in to your fears when the doubt shows up. No, babe, on this timeline, doubt is an activation. The doubt shows that it's almost here. You're about to see it in the 3D. And like, yeah, so don't be afraid, babe. It's just telling you what you value, actually. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here, my darlings. I'm going to go on again in a couple of hours. Woo! I'm going to go on again in a couple of hours and talk about more manifestation tips, because tonight it's going to be a really powerful full moon. And so a lot of great time to close out cycles, release things that are no longer serving you, that you don't want to take into this, new timeline. Yeah, great time for manifestation. And confirming your manifestations. Okay? So, bring your forehead up against the screen. I love you. And this is all made up, okay? And so, yeah, you don't have to interpret doubt the way you used to on the old timeline. On this timeline, you really got to know that anything is possible. All right, so if you made it this far, give me a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Oh, wait, I got one, but it needs your confirmation. It needs to challenge you to fully understand your intuition, your need, and the details. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the doubt is like there to be like, it's like here to tempt you, kind of, tempt you into fear. And you don't have to let it do that. This is all made up, so you choose what it means. And I am choosing to reprogram this simulation so that doubt means that my manifestations are speeding towards me now. All right, darlings. If you made it this far, give me a... oh my gosh, is there a ladybug emoji? Because yesterday, in the car, in the Uber, a ladybug crawled on me and it just would not go away. And I kept trying to swat it away because it startled me and I thought it was a scarier bug. And then every time I saw it was a ladybug, I was like, oh, okay, cool. No. We love ladybugs. It's auspicious. It's great. All right, so give me a ladybug. And also this morning on my porch, I saw a praying mantis. I never see praying mantises, and I saw it this morning, and it was beautiful. We were chilling together, and I loved it. Hi. Ooh, Switzerland. That's fun. That's cool. I've never been to have I been to the Norwegian countries? I don't think so. But that's awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. And yeah, if you guys are resonating with this, please give me a like, a comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. I'm going to go on later today and talk about some really powerful, fast manifestation tips. So come on back, my loves. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. All right, let me get inside. I'm getting it up. Okay. Salam. And yalla bye.